very happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome to the showdown. The number 5 Toros of Cal State Dominguez Hills in town, taking on your Cal Poly Pomona Broncos, the number 17 team in the nation, in a battle of the top teams in the CCAA conference. I'm Dan Vespers. We're at Kellogg Arena, the site of this dramatic mid-season battle between two teams racing for the top spot. The Broncos just one loss on the season that came back in their opener, and the Toros without a blemish on the roster. Both of these clubs are a perfect 4-0 in conference play. The Toros 12-0 overall. The Broncos 9-1 with a slightly lighter, at least in terms of volume, non-conference schedule, not in terms of the level of competition. Remember, the Broncos have already knocked off one top 5 team this year in Montana State Billings out in Las Vegas a couple weeks ago. But this one's going to be a true test. If that one wasn't, this one certainly will be. They probably both are when you write it off at the end of the day. Dominguez Hills, a big, strong, veteran team, blowing teams out seemingly nightly, and this may be their first real test of the season. All that to say, we got a good one on our hands. Broncos still not quite at full strength. Jeanette Finet is on the bench for this ball game. Rest of the roster is active right now. Dominguez Hills has run about 15 players deep so far this season, so they'll use basically everybody on the roster as well. And we are ready to go. Dominguez Hills starting 5, Joelle Benoit is out there at, I guess, what you'd call the guard spot. But again, they're just a big team all told. The tip controlled by the Toros. Hosanna Walker with the basketball. They're trying to look to the middle. Now here comes Benoit on the drive. Her layup no good. And the rebound by Drea Moore for the Broncos. Nala Williams also out there for the Toros. Nala 5'8" junior. I guess she's technically the point guard. Walker 5'11" senior. Benoit 5'11" senior. Broncos nearly throw it away. Do throw it away. Asia Jordan, 6' senior out of Lakewood. And Kaya Pearson, 5'9" guard from Oakland in Northern California. Looked like a little bit of a pivot foot drag, but no call. Pearson steps into a 2, clangs off the left side of the iron, and the rebound rolls out of bounds. But the Broncos, relatively familiar starting 5. A couple of wrinkles here and there. Kalea Buggs is the starting point guard for Pomona, 5'8" senior out of Compton. She's got the basketball right now in the backcourt, and a full court press coming. Broncos got to get it across in the next 3 or 4 seconds. I don't know if they're gonna. Ooh, just barely. Slight advantage as Moore goes to the rack. Maidrea under the rim on the reverse, no good. Rebound out of bounds will stay with the Broncos. Shot clock does not reset. Maidrea, 6' sophomore out of Hawthorne. Sydney Nelson, 6' more lengthy sophomore. She's out of Eastvale. Cookie Marquez, 5'8" senior transfer out of Sacramento. And then the floor spacer, Brienne Ha. That one tipped away, but a reach-in foul going to go against the Toros. First foul of the early evening. So the Broncos get about an extra 10 seconds up on the shot clock. We're about a minute in, no score yet. Nelson working around a defender, looks inside to Moore, who scoops it up and in with a right hand. Nice look from Nelson. Broncos break the seal, and it's 2-0 home team. Right down the middle, Hosanna on the drive. I thought she got hit. Putback, however, is good anyway. That was Asia Jordan on the recovery. Nobody picked up Walker. Marquez driving, spinning, steps through, and scores. Nice patient move from Cookie Marquez. Left side of the Broncos defense was partly vacated. Pearson, just like 5'9", and an offensive foul going to go against the Toros. She looks taller than that. Players are growing since they got measured at the beginning of the season. Into the game, Christina Jones, one of the young players, rare young player on that Dominguez Hills side. 5'10" freshman out of Long Beach. Bugs to Nelson. Sydney across the timeline. Here comes a triple team. She's going to do it herself, and misses the banker. Rebound comes out to Moore. Broncos reset, shot clock at 16. And head coach Danelle Bishop calls out a play from the sidelines. Bishop in her 15th year at the helm, and miscommunication. Bugs trying to float a pass into the corner intended for Nelson. Sydney had her head turned, and that ball just casually bounced out of bounds. Toros didn't think anything was going to come of it. Literally nobody went for that basketball. Odd play. 4-2, Broncos with the early narrow advantage. Just kind of getting loose here on a Thursday evening. Long three-pointer on the way from straight away is no good. Rebound fought for, and it's Moore with it. Maidrea out of the pack, slapped on the arm as she crosses mid-court, and it'll be the third foul already on Cal State Dominguez Hills. Broncos kind of forcing the issue against backcourt pressure, and it's worked out well to this point. Kind of living on the razor's edge, though. If you lose a basketball, easy bucket going the other way, but if you break the press, you can get a nice look or perhaps a foul. Bugs setting things up, looked at Marquez, now hands it off to Cookie. On the drive, handoff Nelson. Sydney stops on a dime, flips a little short jumper just inside the free throw line. Pirouetting around the rim, drops through. Nelson's got a couple of buckets, and the Broncos lead at 6-2. This Toros team, when you look at the schedule to this point, not so much the competition, but the final score. They haven't played particularly close games yet. Oh, what a nice look inside. Counted and a foul. Christina Jones gets the layup to go. Broncos had sealed off Williams on the baseline. I have no idea how she had the vision to get that one through, but she did. And a brilliant pass results in a bucket. Free throw's no good. 6-4. Marquez to Nelson. Sydney into the corner. Moore drives baseline, back to Nelson, and uncontested. Nice passing once again. Sydney making a big impact. That was a great look from Maidrea Moore. Second time she's worked underneath the hoop. And it's led to good things. Previous one was a miss, but an offensive rebound. Long pass, right wing three ball on the way. That's good. Joelle Benoit over the top looking for Nelson. That one poked out of bounds by the Toros. First three-pointer for either side. I do wonder how that stat is going to break out. Broncos are not a heavy three-point shooting team. Brianne Ha does most of the club's damage when you're looking at the downtown volume. And Broncos lose it. Chance for the Toros to take the lead. Down the lane, a look inside, and a blown layup. That was Jones again. Just had too much mustard on it. Almost commits a foul in the backcourt. Bugs goes right by her, gets bumped, draws the foul. Second contact got the whistle. Broncos doing a nice job of challenging the Toros' overplay to this point. Mind you, we're only 4.5 minutes into the ball game. Long, long way to go. And Tiara Jones will come into the game, not for Christina Jones, for Asia Jordan. A couple of Joneses out there now. I'm not going to make the pun. I'm not going to make the pun. Brianne Ha drives right into a double team, hands off Moore. Maidrea also looking at a double team. Spacing just wasn't there. Nelson, a jump pass into the corner. Marquez, quick trigger three, no good. That would have counted. And whoop, stolen by Nelson. Back out to Ha. Brianne to Bugs. Well, the Broncos might get something going off that broken play. Toros recovered. Got a timeout coming up at the next whistle. Broncos leading it by 1 and slowing it down. Marquez, left side. Basketball over her head. One dribble, now looking in. No, nowhere to go. Shot clock at 5. Ha for 3. Online and good. Brienne Ha now just 23 pointers away from setting the Broncos' all-time record. With their first of this ball game, gives Cal Poly Pomona a 4-point lead. Tiara Jones on the drive into a double team. Lost it, got it back. Lost it, got it back a second time. That one outside now to Nala Williams. Nala on the drive. Runner, no. Mydrea Moore, another rebound. Bugs initiates for the Broncos. Back to Ha. Brianna, another one from way outside. No, that one's short. Keeps it alive, though. And the Broncos will get a fresh 20. That one was online as well, but hit the front of the rim. Brianne on the drive, a reach-in foul. And the Toros are over the limit. So it'll be free throws for Brianne Ha when we come back. A good start for Cal Poly Pomona, playing their usual brand of defense and got some easy early looks. They lead it 11-7. You are listening to one of the big showdowns in early January in the CCAA, 5 versus 17 on Flow Sports. Welcome back. 3:52 remaining in the first quarter as Brianne Ha calmly splashes through the first of 2 foul shots. That was one of the weirder stats from last season. Brianne Ha was just off at the foul line for 1 whole season. And this year she's back to shooting free throws in a more expected fashion. Around 86% on decent volume for one of the best shooters in the history of Cal Poly Pomona basketball. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, on this Thursday night. Good game coming up. Nearly out of bounds. Toros once again save it. If at first you don't succeed, baseline jumper rolls around and the friendly bounce. Malia Goldsmith gets the roll. I'm Dan Vespris. It's Broncos and Toros. The number 5 team, Dominguez Hills, the number 17 team, the Broncos. Neither team has lost in conference play. Brianne Ha, step back 3 ball on the way off the side of the iron. Sydney Nelson has the rebound, kicks it outside, and Bugs tries a 3. No, not close. Broncos got to get back. Not the worst foul in the world. 2 more subs into the game for Dominguez Hills. They're using all the bodies they got. And you kind of have to when you employ the full court press. That is a high energy expenditure defense. Broncos, on the other hand, sagging back for the most part. Milan Tuttle into the game. She's got the basketball. Goldsmith, right side. Malia drives baseline, again fires it to Lorenzo Griffin. He, of course, the Broncos' second-year assistant coach, not involved in the action on the floor, out of bounds. It'll go to Cal Poly Pomona. Some former Broncos players are in attendance. See them wandering the concourse right now. Ooh, look out. Bugs. That was a little bit of a foul merchant move, and it almost worked. Just cutting across. Now they got to get something going. Shot clock at 10. Ha. Around the screen from Moore, over the top, looking for Maedrea, but that one goes out of bounds. A little too much gusto on the pass. Maedrea had the seal, but there just wasn't any room to get that pass up and over the top fast enough for the defense could have recovered, and instead up and over and out. 13-9. Both teams throw it out of bounds. Nala Williams around two screens. They're looking inside. Instead, they work it to the left side on Lewis. Over the top, and a cutting Asia Jordan with the lefty move. 6-footer. Skilled basketball player. Very quick for a player of her size and strength. 13-11. A 4-0 spurt by the Toros. Broncos really nothing at all happening on offense right now. A lot of late shot clock action. Here comes Nelson down the lane. Layup, no good. Jordan came over to contest. Here come the Toros now. Someone's got to help inside. Asia into a triple team, misses the shot, but the foul is going to go on the Broncos. Second leading scorer on the Dominguez Hills roster, Asia Jordan, averaging about 15 points a game. Leads the team in rebounds at 6.6. Nala Williams is the club's leading scorer on offense at 17 points per game. Also leads the Toros in three-point attempts and makes. Field goal attempts and makes as well. Jordan's first free throw is good. She's a 67%er on the year. Tegan Thurman, the only Toro to have attempted more. I don't know that she's active tonight. We haven't seen her yet, so I'm inclined to believe that the answer is probably not. Anyway, fresh ball game now, 13-13. Nelson triple teamed. Whoop. Oh, I thought Brienne could have come down with that ball. Oh, went off a foot and then a foul. Broncos had a seam when they broke the triple team. Cookie Marquez going to the rim, tried to find Ha in the corner. That pass got tipped. It was a fraction of an inch away from a wide open left corner three ball. And instead a turnover. 13-13 the score. Broncos offensively have slowed down after a quick start. I suppose we shouldn't be too surprised. Dominguez Hills allows just 52 points per game on the year. That's a ridiculous number. Chance for the Toros to take their first lead. Three ball on the way is way off the mark. Marquez. Got the rebound. Now it's Brielle Miner with the basketball out near center court. Brielle very good at drawing whistles. Spins, needs help to Marquez. Cookie, handoff Nelson. Sydney back to Miner, over the top, inside. A bump, there's the whistle. Kamaya Anderson, Broncos using their tallest player right now. Kamaya, 6'1" sophomore out of Rialto. You really need it against the Toros. There are games where you don't see Kamaya get as much run. Just because the Broncos go to a predominantly fast lineup. Kamaya is not the fastest player on the team, but she is the biggest. And this is that type of opponent. So bringing out almost like a secret weapon
Both
free throws good for Anderson. Kamai is on the board. Broncos regain a 2-point lead, and the shot clock and game clock, well, shot clock is off, I should say. Game clock at 14 seconds. Nala Williams firing early and missed it. Miner has the rebound. Brielle trying to get something going here. Game clock now at 5. Whoops, they're going the wrong way. Yeah, that's it. Better than a turnover in the backcourt, but the Broncos, you can't pass it backwards with 3 seconds on the quarter clock. Good quarter overall for the Broncos, however. Built a 6-point lead at one point, and they'll take a 2-point advantage into quarter number 2. 15-13 the score. You're listening to Broncos basketball on Flow Sports. Broncos basketball to start the second quarter here at Kellogg Arena. Dan Vespris with you from the second deck. And down goes Miner. There goes the basketball. Taken away by Marquez. Oh, we had to throw it away so she didn't go into the backcourt. I do wonder that if she had not fully controlled the ball, and now we got an injury timeout, could Marquez have kind of fallen across the timeline if she hadn't fully possessed the basketball? Because she was very much chasing down a loose ball. And you have to have possession established in the front court. The possession was fully established at that point. Either way, good effort for Knott. Jordan on the drive into a double team. Step through, no good. Good defense by the Broncos. Anderson, and I think that was Marquez as well, just swallowed her up. Miner right to the rim, looking for Anderson inside, has it go off her left knee and out of bounds. I think Miner probably could have just taken that right to the rack. Well, not a bad idea. A couple of starters back into the game for the Broncos now. In fact, that is the starting 5 on the floor for Cal Poly Pomona. Broncos in their home whites. No surprise there. Toros, road blacks. Red and gold as well. Three-pointer straight away on line. No. Offensive rebound, however, to Walker. Her putback tries off the mark. And then Jordan cleans it up again. Asia Jordan, trash collector today. Not a whole lot the Broncos can do when she gets it that close to the rim. Toros are big and strong. And Broncos so far have been able to fight them off, but it takes a lot to do it for the full 40. Shot clock at 8. Marquez going inside to Nelson. Has it wrenched out of her arm. She's looking for a foul and probably should have gotten one. Bounce pass. Pretty good recovery by the Broncos. Quick trigger 3 is short. You can see that out of her hand. A lot of slapping going on right now. They called it in the first quarter. They haven't called it here to start the second. Three-pointer on the way. That's good. Kind of a fun little moment for Mydrea Moore, who gets just her second three-pointer of the year. Oh, you're not going to guard me out here? All right. 18-15. Broncos back up by a triple. Good communication on defense by Pomona. Now looking inside for Jordan. They got to bring help. And Asia dribbled it off her leg out of bounds. Broncos caught a little break on that one. Brought 60% of the team at Jordan as soon as she caught the basketball, but Asia just bounced it off her own leg. Panic set in, I suppose. Broncos looking to break the, a giveaway, and now they're in trouble. Goldsmith, a near travel. Why didn't anybody get back? Someone's got to get back. Oh man, did the Broncos get lucky? Oh, back-to-back giveaways. You're not going to get lucky twice, are you? No. Nelson's lost it 3 times in a row. She's starting to get irritated, and there's another giveaway. Broncos just look like they ran out of gas all of a sudden. Goldsmith has it inside. Her layup is good, and now the Broncos are down a point. And Donnell Bishop is very irritated. She feels the officials missed multiple holding fouls, and we know for one was definitely missed down near the other end under the bucket. I don't know about this side. The Broncos got to recollect. Fouls will be called, fouls will be missed over the course of the game. This is a composure timeout. Donnell Bishop wants to settle things down. Her team down 19-18. A good battle early on here. 7:02 to go in the second quarter as you watch Broncos basketball on FloHoops and Flo Sports Network. Broncos will inbound. Their coaching staff hoping with a fresh purpose in this game. A lot of things went right, and then all of a sudden, about a 40-second meltdown. The Broncos down just 1 point. Plenty of opportunity left to get back on the right side. Brianne Ha on the drive, pump fake, layup, no. The mere presence of Asia Jordan caused that miss. Brianne had a really nice angle on it. Three-pointer on the way is good. Hosanna Walker makes it a 4-point Toros lead. Now Nelson into a double team and lost it again. And now I think she's going to get called for a foul. That's 4 giveaways in the early part of this quarter. Actually 5. Remember the bounce pass that went off the knee of Kamaya Anderson at the beginning of the frame. And Nelson's going to get a breather. I don't know if she's taken a break yet, so maybe just gassed. Broncos feeling frustrated, but that full court press is starting to hurt. Malia Goldsmith's three-pointer goes down, and all of a sudden, it's an avalanche. 25-18, and Brianne Ha loses the basketball. Another giveaway. Goldsmith down the lane, looking inside for help. It's back out. Three-pointer on the way, and good. 28-18, and the Broncos need another timeout. A 12-0 run for the Toros, all on turnovers. And the Broncos have some deep thinking to do during this short timeout. Oh, dear. The defense was so good in that first quarter, but there just isn't a whole lot you can do when you're turning it over in the backcourt. And you can see what this Toros team does to opponents, why they only give up 52 points per game. Broncos had actually been a pretty good team in terms of taking care of the basketball, but the Toros, this is the number that really jumps out. They forced 340 turnovers in 12 games so far coming into this one. This is what they do. If you can break the press, you can get a look. But all of a sudden, the Broncos can no longer break the press. And things have turned sour quickly. Marquez to Ha. Brienne for three. That's good. There you go. Once you get through it, you can't wait for the defense to come back. There's a takeaway. Marquez ahead of the pack. No. That's a foul. That's a foul. There's the whistle. Free throw's coming. Waited for the second one. Broncos will take it. I think that earned them some foul shots. Or are they saying out of bounds? Nope, out of bounds anyway. No dice. It's funny, it's counterintuitive. You want to play very cautiously against a team that's gunning for turnovers all the time, but you almost have to do the opposite. Marquez on the drive, floats it off the window and in. Broncos counter with 5 straight. That snapped the 12-0 Toros run. That was a blitz, though. Long three-pointer. No. Moore keeps it alive. Minor brings it down. Now you just got to go. Ha into the front court. The press wasn't there. Brielle back to Ha. Brienne, another 3-ball on the way. No, that one halfway down and back out again. Tough break. Still 28-23. That was an opportunity to get it back down to a 2-point game. Another 3-ball going this direction is too strong. Brienne Ha the rebound. To Minor. To Bugs. Defense now getting set. That was not quite the same pressure as off a made bucket. Let's see what the Broncos run with the shot clock at 12. Leia bouncing right. She's going to fire the 3-ball and missed it. Hit everything. Oh, Mydrea Moore got lucky. That ball hit the rim 3 times. Nobody else is ready for it. Mydrea on the drive. Spins into traffic, throws it up and in. Andrea's playing her tail off. 7 points, 4 rebounds in the first half so far. 3-pointer again. That one needs a bank. Didn't get it. Here comes Minor. Broncos trying to move fast. Oh, the lead pass. Moore to the rim. Missed it, but a whistle and a foul. What a look from Brielle Minor. In between 2 defenders. Nobody was there, but Mydrea Moore was streaking down the floor. The only player that had a chance to catch up to that basketball. And Mydrea will shoot 2. Funny thing, too, here, the Broncos, from a field goal standpoint, are dramatically out-shooting the Toros. But Dominguez Hills has had 9 extra tries at the bucket. That's those turnovers hard at work. Free throw for Mydrea is good. Broncos losing the turnover battle by 7 right now. They've committed 12. They've forced 5. Playing good defense. Toros only have 28 points with 4 minutes to go in the half. And it would be quite a bit less than that if not for the backcourt giveaways. But now they've seen it. It's that ability to go on the quick assault. Broncos trying a little full court press of their own. Uh-oh, 2-on-1 situation. That didn't work, did it? I'm surprised they changed it up. No full court press here, at least not what they were running. Ha on the drive. Back outside to Bugs. Kalea bouncing right, fires a 2-pointer. I think that was partially deflected. Or fully deflected, I guess. Goldsmith fakes the 3. Looking inside to Jordan. Back out, three-pointer on the way. Left wing is no good. Madrea Moore fouls Jordan, and Asia will shoot 2. Asia making a huge impact in this ball game. Fifth-year senior, who's been with Dominguez Hills the whole way through and cans the foul shot. I've seen this program vault to this new height. And now to be at the center of it, I'm sure exciting. Nala Williams, the other leading scorer on the team. Non-transfers, Dominguez Hills. They've got those core players that they got out of high school. Wow. Brianne Ha takes advantage of it. And see, that's the Broncos. That's great offense. Broke the press and got the look before the defense got settled. It feels, again, kind of counterintuitive because then you end up playing defense, it feels like, most of the ball game. Your offensive possessions are short, but that's the best look you're going to get. A fake three, a baseline drive, a scoop inside. Jordan's layup, no. Anderson has the rebound and then gets yanked to the deck in a jump ball, and it'll stay with the Toros. They called this game pretty tight in the first quarter, not so much here in the second. Go figure. Fresh shot clock, didn't use it, air ball. Malia Goldsmith, that was an unusual shot selection for Malia and the Toros. Plenty of shot clock left, and that was about 2 feet beyond the three-point line straight away. Bugs through the traffic to Ha on the left side. Defense recovered. Minor on the drive, pivots, steps through, fires up a wild one, and gets it to go anyway. Brielle Minor brings the Broncos back to within 1. 32-31. Nice counterpunch here from Cal Poly Pomona. Fell behind 28-18. Oh, a drive, a whistle, and an offensive foul. Kalea Bugs took it right in the sternum. Although now it seems like maybe there was knee-to-knee contact on the play based on the way Kalea's walking after the play. I would never say that there's an easy charge to take. Nobody ever wants to do it. But in terms of knowing where the offensive player was going, Bugs didn't even really have to guess left. That move was telegraphed about 3 seconds before it happened. Bugs is going to come out of the ball game while she's trying to get a little bit of feeling back in that knee. Or to get right into the hollow. Ouch. Minor, her pass tipped but recovered by Marquez. Broncos break the press. There's some playing time for Hunter Hudson. Marquez has it stripped off her leg. She didn't like the call. No Nelson, no Moore, no Bugs in the game for the Broncos right now. There's a critical 90 seconds going into the break. A whistle, I think that was before the shot, wasn't it? Somebody on the Broncos ran over a screener. It's on Marquez. Bugs seems to be moving fine now that dead knee's recovered. Gives Jeanette Finet a high five on the sideline. Broncos putting all the attention they can on Jordan. Inside to Goldsmith. Malia spins, fires in traffic, nails it, and a foul. Fouls on Ha, who looks confused. I thought it was on Anderson. Goldsmith hits the free throw, back to a 4-point lead. Again, this is a big stretch. Can the Broncos get a bucket in here as Minor drives right into the defense, and an offensive foul will go the other way. Bugs is going to come back in for Marquez. Bishop trying to keep our team settled down. Pace of this game, aside from about 70 seconds right at the beginning of this quarter, has favored the Broncos. But that 70 seconds is the difference in the game right now. Goldsmith. Oh, that was a wild shot. Anderson has the rebound and then gets fouled. She's tired of getting grabbed. You see Kamaya showing a little frustration after the play. This Toros team is very physical. You're going to want calls, and some of the time you're not going to get them. And you just got to fight through it. They got him in the first quarter. That may have been the confusing part. Marquez back into the game for the Broncos. So they got both their point guards in now, Cookie and Bugs. And Marquez lost it. Tried to get a little bit of space with a shoulder push. Defender slapped down, got basketball. Goldsmith thought about the three, drives, and Anderson going to get called for a hand check. That's just a little farther out on the perimeter than they want her having to venture. I think the Broncos are going to get Alexis Woodson into the game for Anderson. Pomona over the limit, so free throws now for Malia. This is kind of a breakout game for Goldsmith. He's averaging only 3 points per game on the season to this point. He's all fired up. Missed the second free throw, got her own rebound. Oh, that one hurts. Three-pointer. Oh, that was Goldsmith. Excuse me, the previous shot, the missed free throw, I should say, was, is that Thurman? Oh, that is Tegan Thurman. My apologies. That's not Goldsmith. That's Tegan Thurman. I find the numbers on these uniforms somewhat complicated to read, but that's my problem, and I made it yours. And for that, I apologize. So Tegan Thurman was available, got into the game, but unless that jersey's pointed right at my face, the red on black can be a little bit blurry. We'll get it. Second free throw is missed. Broncos tip it away from Jordan. 5-point deficit, and Cal Poly Pomona can hold for the final shot. Marquez doesn't want to wait. Boom. Big three-pointer for Cookie Marquez. Now Broncos need to stop going into halftime, down just 2 points. Toros have it right wing. Cutting across, now to Goldsmith. Way downtown, that shot was blocked. Great end to the half for the home team. Broncos getting high fives as they head towards the bench. A 10-point deficit shaved to 2. Broncos outscore the Toros after that big Dominguez Hills rush. Are they 16-8? Did I get that right? I think so. Broncos at one point trailed this game 28-18, and indeed went on a 16-8 run to finish off the half. Good game so far. That's what we expected. Hopefully we'll get more of it on the other side of halftime. 36-34, Dominguez Hills in front in this battle of ranked CCAA opponents on Flo Sports. We'll be back after halftime. And welcome back. About a minute or so until we get the second half underway. Halftime close to done. Dan Vespers with you here at Kellogg Arena. And what has been, as advertised, an excellent first half of action between the Broncos and the Toros of Cal State Dominguez Hills, the top two teams in the CCAA conference right now. Neither of them with a blemish on their conference record, and the Toros perfect on the year, lead this ball game 36-34. Dominguez Hills doing their damage via the forced turnover. That is, of course, the big difference in the ball game. They forced 15 Broncos giveaways and only given it up 6 times themselves. They have then scored 18 points off those 15 turnovers. Broncos have scored just 5 off of the Dominguez Hills mistakes on that end. And that's really the difference in the ballgame. Broncos led this game by 6 early, and they were up 3 early in the second quarter when Dominguez Hills went on about a 6 straight turnover binge that led to a 12-0 run. And the Broncos spent the rest of the half trying to come back from that deficit. If you wipe out that minute, and it all happened in seemingly about a minute of game action, the Broncos are winning this thing. But you can't. So you got to do it in the other 39 minutes of action, and so far so good for the Broncos. The other 19 minutes, they've played exceptionally well. They've led this game effectively by 10 points during those 19 minutes, but they lost the other one by 10, and so now you just got to clean it up. Can't have 15 turnovers in the second half. Sidney Nelson on the drive, stops, back outside to Ha, now to Bugs, fakes the 3, steps into a fading 2, and knocks it down. Tie ball game. So a fresh start here in the second half as Kalea Bugs wisely gets into her scoring distance. The three-pointer was not close early. Uh-oh. Missed it. Moore tips it to the wrong team, looking over the top inside. Now back to Jordan. Her lefty layup spills out somehow. And a ticky-tack whistle on the rebound. They called those in the first quarter. They didn't call those in the second quarter. I guess they're calling them here in the third again. It's just an angle the different officials have, although I know they rotate. In any event, 36-36. Ha to Nelson. Nelson to Marquez. Cookie thought about going, whoops, gave it to the wrong team. Didn't realize there was a defender right behind her. 2-on-1 break, and Broncos back down 2. Outlet pass to Moore. Maidrea slows down. Fires the long 2. It's off the front of the rim. Long rebound comes out to Williams. Nala into the front court. Pauses at the three-point line into the corner. A high arcing rainbow jumper. No good. Is that Pearson buried in the corner? I swear I cannot see those jersey numbers. Yeah, that's Kaya Pearson. Marquez fakes the 3, fires the long 2, and drills it. Nice shot. It seems to have been a talking point for the Broncos during halftime. Use the pump fake, get the defender to fly by, step in front of them where they're unlikely to be able to block you. You're not going to get the 3 out of it, but you're going to get a good look at a 2. Broncos giving Pearson the 3. They're going over the top inside, and whoops. That was unusual. I think that was Goldsmith that time, or was that Thurman? These jerseys are killing me. That was Thurman. Tegan Thurman starting the second half and caught that ball just kind of falling. 38-38 all. Bugs around the screen from Moore. Kalea nearly has her pocket pick, gets it back into a double team now. Flips it over everybody to Marquez. Cookie fires the 3 ball. It is no good. Thurman the rebound. That was on line. 4 inches too strong. Williams to Thurman. Pearson back to Thurman. And looking inside to Jordan. It's not there. Pearson on the drive. Blocked, but a whistle and a foul. Kind of tricked Nelson with a scoop shot. And after a quick start in this one, Sydney's kind of been taken out of her game a bit. Broncos got to get the reigning freshman of the year back on track. Very unusual down game. Is that free throw no good? Sydney 4 points, a rebound, assist, and 4 turnovers, plus 3 fouls. She's going to stay in the ball game, though. So now Bishop challenging the young star. Go spin this table on its axis. Nelson. Here comes the double team. Broncos break it. Marquez running left, hands it off Ha. Brienne, hesitation dribble. Thought about the step back, didn't want it. Now it's Bugs. A lot of congestion. Kalea on the drive, flips it up, no. Thurman has the rebound, got it taken away by Bugs. Her putback is no good again. Everybody's falling down, no whistle. This is going to be an advantage for the Toros. They go 3-on-1 and throw it out of bounds. That was helter-skelter. Thurman's touching her nose, saying she got popped in the face. Andrea Moore fell down on Asia Jordan. Surprised there wasn't any whistle there, either on who caused the initial fall or on Moore for falling into a player. That one poked away from behind. Whoa, 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 whoa. Are we serious? All right, they're saying it's off of a Bronco. I didn't see that. Did that ricochet off of a Cal Poly player that was farther down the sideline? I guess. Broncos giving Jordan that shot. They're giving him the 3-ball when they want it. Brianne Ha got tripped up on the play, ends up getting called for the foul. Tough break. Is that before the shot or on the shot? You're going to say on it. Oh, Kaya Pearson back to the line. All right, she just split a pair a moment ago for her first points of the evening. Kaya started the game, didn't do much in the first half. And here gets the friendly roll. Thurman's got 11. Jordan leads the Toros with 12 and 6 rebounds and 2 steals. Broncos are led by 10 from Brianne Ha. 9 apiece from Mydrea Moore and Cookie Marquez. That free throw, is that going to go down? No. Mydrea Moore the rebound. Marquez back to Bugs. Broncos across the timeline, threw it away again. Brutal. They're not alone. I guess that's small consolation. Toros do this to everybody. Pearson, fancy dribbling, no good. Here comes Bugs out of the pack, then she's tripped. That's the move. Certainly easier to do off a defensive rebound before that backcourt pressure can come in an organized fashion. You get a stop, you can get going against this Toros team. If they put a bucket in on you, and they can bring everybody into that backcourt. Of course, now, here we go again. Bugs wisely waiting for everybody to clear out so she's not looking at a wall of humans of different jersey distinctions. Marquez went baseline, spins back the other way, puts it up and in. Tie game again. Nice little behind the back move from Cookie Marquez. Thurman fires the 3-ball quickly. It is not close. Good box out by Moore. And Brianne Ha the rebound. Bugs ahead to Marquez again. Cookie fakes left, goes right. Spins back to the left. Little step through, no. And Mydrea Moore comes in like a bowling ball. Blasted 2 Toros on that play. She's upset, but she shouldn't be. 3rd foul on Mydrea. Can't do that. And they need her in this ball game. She's been maybe the most important Bronco, certainly on the glass. Long 3-pointer on the way. Wide left, yeesh. You could hear that one from upstairs. Broncos are giving them the 3-ball. So far, they've dodged some bullets on it. Bugs Looking for Marquez, nearly thrown away. Here comes Cookie again. Trying to do it herself, and she's going to get foul shots out of it. The Cookie Marquez one-on-one against Tegan Thurman offense for the Broncos right now is their best option in the half court. They're not bringing help, and Cookie's going to work. She'll have free throws on the other side of the timeout. Broncos have brought it back to a dead heat, 40-40. 4:36 to go in the third quarter. You're listening to Broncos basketball on Flow Sports.
The Division of Student Affairs is excited to invite students and their families to attend our second annual Green and Gold Block Party on Saturday, February 1st from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Attendees are also entitled to cheer on the women's and men's CBB basketball teams during the doubleheader of the day. The Green and Gold Block Party is in collaboration with CBB Athletics, the Office of New Student Programs and Family Engagement, Associated Students Incorporated, and many more. We invite you and your guests to join us for free food, carnival games, rides, and plenty of opportunity drawings. Once again, this is February 1st from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Foul shots for Cookie Marquez, who's got 11 points, 4 boards for the Broncos this evening, and gives Cal Poly Pomona a 1-point lead. Dan Vespris with you here at Kellogg Arena. Showdown time on this Thursday night. Winter break matchup here on the Broncos campus. Both free throws good for Cookie. Key addition to this Broncos roster, the senior transfer from Stanislaus State. That one looking over the top. Two-handed bat out of bounds by Sydney Nelson, who's just not herself tonight. Kalea Buggs in the backcourt kind of put one hand to the side as if to say, you didn't catch that? And Nelson did the same thing. She thought that ball was way over her head and then just blasted one that she normally picks off. Dribble drive. Fancy move. Wow. Osana Walker. 42-42. Walker locks us up again. Brian Ha on the drive. Whoop. Got stepped on. They let him go. You got to go up with that one. That would have been free throws. Buggs to Nelson. Sydney looking at a double team. Back outside to Buggs. Marquez, got to get a shot up. Kalea fires, didn't draw iron. That's a 30-second shot clock violation. That play broke down when Brianne Ha pump faked. A defender landed on top of her, and all she had to do was go up, and instead just kind of hovered underneath the player. That contact was coming. It remains 42 all. Walker made a really good mover last time around. There's Devin Lewis, grad transfer. Second year with the program. She's out of Cal Poly Humboldt. Jordan on the drive. Asia over Moore, lost it. Maedrea forced it out of her hand. A strong defensive play from Maedrea Moore. Buggs, lefty dribble, hangs on somehow. Gets it back from Maedrea. A lot of congestion. Kalea on the drive. Tries the reverse. Not close. I don't know what that play was. Here comes Jordan the other way. Looking inside. Broncos didn't have a chance to get back, and that's a bucket for Christina Jones. And Broncos throw it away. Can't let go of the rope. Those turnovers, man. And of course, they're going to come off of the made bucket. It's just easier to set the full court press. I think that's the 5th turnover in this third period. Oop, Broncos get one back the other way. No, possession arrow pointing to the Toros. Will stay here. Good defense, however, from, I think that was Bugs buried underneath. Toros up 44-42. This is a heck of a test for both ball clubs, who've been either perfect or darn near. Inbound pass comes to Walker. Pearson, Lewis. Back to Pearson. Over the top, Lewis. Devin drives. Walker. Pearson, pull up. No, inside. Nice look to Jordan, who scores. That was good passing by the Toros on that possession. Some of their best passing of the ball game. Ooh, near walk from Minor. Brielle just does slam on the brakes in time. And Bugs, almost the same thing. It's hard to score on this Toros team off a made Dominguez Hills bucket. Marquez going to fire for two. Wow, Cookie's on one. 46-44. That's a big bucket. Now you try for the stop. Looking inside to Jordan. Asia. Here comes the double. Inside Lewis. Devin missed it. Put back. Good. That's Christina Jones. Minor. Hands it off Ha. Brienne straight away for three. Good. Quick offense after you break the press. That's been the key. 48-47. Hosanna Walker. Baseline jumper. That's good. Here comes Bugs. Also a smart play. Defender fell down. Oh, that's rough. That's a flop and a quarter. Brutal whistle. There was almost no contact on that play to speak of. Absolutely atrocious. Off we go the other way. After the amount of contact that goes on in this game, to call that, I don't like it. Got to let that one go. It was nothing. It wasn't a blocking foul either. Broncos forced a turnover, though. Nelson just looks a little bit hesitant. Marquez crosses over, looks inside to Nelson, left the basketball behind her. Back out to Minor. Now Ha, going to try another three-pointer. Missed it. Nelson the rebound. Back out to Brienne. She want to try another one. And another offensive foul. Broncos didn't like that whistle, but that one might have been one. Listen, I'm going to call it straight. There was probably a little bit of an off arm. The previous one was nonsense. Shot clock, game clock separated by about 4 seconds. Broncos down 3. They were down 2 going into halftime. Kind of treading water this third quarter. Uh-oh. No. Broncos have the rebound. Still 14 seconds left in the period. Minor lost it, out of bounds. Broncos ball. Broncos are mad about the Brienne Ha offensive foul ruling, but I think that's mostly spillover frustration from the previous one. But you just got to keep your head. Keep fighting, make the plays. Stop the turnovers somehow. Easier said than done against this Toros defense. An electric defense. 9 seconds in the quarter. Bugs straight down the lane to Moore. Maidrea fires for 2. Missed it off the front of the iron. Minor's putback is off the mark. Oh, that one almost went down. Good quarter on both sides. Toros win it by a point, and they'll take a 3-point advantage into the fourth and final frame. And this is just the first half of our doubleheader. 50-47 the score. Dominguez Hills out in front. The Battle of Titans early in the season here on Flow Sports. Minor to Bugs to Marquez for three to start the quarter. Ooh, missed a good look. Rebound volleyballed out, and Broncos will get another try at it. Down 50-47. Bugs thought about baseline. It wasn't there. Shot clock at 10 now. Got to get something cooking. Minor. Brielle spins back to the right. And that ball yanked out of bounds. Minor was hoping for a foul on the lower body contact. She didn't get it. Broncos starting to get a little bit annoyed with the whistle in the second half. And now they got 4 seconds to get one up. Oh, no. That's basically a pick six. Pick two. An errant pass under your own basket ends up in an 80-foot run out. Holding foul. Broncos down 5. Those turnovers, man. Nobody's moving. There we go. 52-47. Toros by 5. Still very much a ball game. But the Broncos, they got to have a quarter of about 3 turnovers instead of 7 or 8. Marquez runs into a 2-pointer. She hits another one. That's the hot hand for the Broncos. They got to get Cookie open. 52-49. Great game for Marquez. Great game again for that Toros defense. Shovel pass inside, floater, good. Nala Williams, been quiet in the ball game, gets one to go there. Marquez to Bugs, Broncos break the press. Nelson, stripped. This is as quiet a game as we've seen from Nelson, maybe in our Broncos tenure. She's just been taken out of her rhythm after a really good start. Minor on the drive, steps through, gets whacked. She'll shoot a pair of free throws. Brielle's done some nice ball handling off the bench. Box score is not going to show a ton. Just 2 points, but 5 boards, 3 assists. 2 turnovers, which is, in this one, kind of a feat of strength. More 9 points, 10 boards, 17 for Cookie, 13 for Brianne Ha. Marquez 7 out of 11 shooting in the ball game. Second free throw rattles around, falls out. Moore chases it down, keeps it alive. That'll be another Broncos possession. Nice hustle from Moore. Not going to count as a rebound, or a team rebound, but it's a possession. Nelson. And a jump ball. Sydney can't believe it. Defenders hurt on the play. Uh-oh. I can't tell what. Maybe the back? Oh, no. It was a heck of a play. Nelson on the drive. Defender got a hand down, but went down with the ball. Certainly nothing malicious on the play. That was just the ball got let go, and then the defender went down with it. And I think the collision with the floor has led to some back and hip stuff. And there is certainly some pain. That's Devin Lewis. And the arena has gone quiet while the training staff on hand here on both sides tends to the Toros grad student. The one thing you hope, certainly in a situation like this, that collision with the floor is more of an impact type of pain, and she's up on her feet now. That's John Bonner, ninth-year head coach for the Toros, been there since 2016. He's assisted by Caitlin Cole, Nautica Morrow, Preston Pointer, and Eloisa Smith. And they're going to work on getting Lewis back to the Toros sideline with some assistance, mind you. So she's still in some pretty good pain, but she is now walking with help back to the bench. I've heard it said on so many broadcasts over the years, but the floor, unfortunately, doesn't lose those battles very often. Hopefully Lewis will recover quickly. My non-medical opinion, probably something in the neighborhood of a back or hip contusion. When you hit that floor hard, things kind of get snapped in a couple of directions. That's where things get hurt. But, again, if you're looking at silver linings, it's not the knee, it's not an ankle, it's not one of the jumping parts that tends to be a biggest basketball areas of concern. I'd be a bit surprised to see her again in this ball game. Williams open for three, it's offline. Long rebound, and a loose ball foul will go against the Toros. So get well quick to Devin Lewis. They're back to the visiting locker room. Visiting training table would be my guess. And now we have to recommence ball game. Broncos down 4. Nelson on the drive. Pulls up, little runner, good. Let's see if that wakes Sydney up. Broncos down 54-52 now, within a bucket. Milan Tuttle to Jordan. Asia, giving her some room to operate, bangs into Mydrea Moore and missed it. Rebound rolled over everybody's head back to the Toros for a second try. Williams out to Walker. Hosanna stripped on the way up. That's got to be a jump ball, and it is. Nice hands by Cookie Marquez, forcing the turnover. Big game for Cookie. Shooting 37% on the year, 26 from three-point land. And in this game, 7 out of 11. And 2 for 2 at the foul line. Broncos a chance to tie or take the lead on this possession. Miner back to Bugs. Ahead to Marquez. Here comes the double. Cookie. Bailed out. Miner. Moore. Mydrea retreats. Fakes the handoff, taking herself into the paint. Back out to Bugs. Kalea, open look at a three ball. In and out. Nelson, the offensive rebound. Sydney's putback try is good, and we're tied again. 54-54. Nice game we're having here. Both teams laying it on the line. Broncos getting obliterated in turnovers. That was a foul. If I can see it, they're not going to miss it. Fourth on Mydrea Moore. That's big with 6 minutes to go. And free throws coming out for Nala Williams. When you look at the game log for the Toros, they haven't had many games that have required any kind of late game execution. I guess if you're the Broncos, you're looking at it going, all right, well, maybe we can catch them at the end. They've won their games this year by 56, 26, 35, 3. That was against Point Loma. Really kind of the only close one. Williams makes 1 out of 2. Nelson the rebound. Sydney's starting to look a little more comfortable all of a sudden. We'll go back to the game log in a minute. Marquez loses it. Stripped. 3-on-1 the other way. Jordan right to the lane. Can't get the layup to go, but the foul is going to go again on the Broncos. That's on Minor. That's just good hands by the Toros. That's different than the backcourt giveaways. You kind of have to play a little bit hectic against this incredible Toros D. Looking back at the game log as Jordan knocks down the first free throw, they beat Bethesda by almost 60 points, Dominican by 20, Cal State LA by 23, Western Oregon by 45, Northern State by around 20, Monterey Bay by 20, Stanislaus State by 20. Jordan splits a pair, 2-point lead once again. Central Washington was only a 12-point game. Minor had it, lost it, and a jump ball. We'll go back the other way again. That's turnover number 26 for the Broncos. It has not slowed down, unfortunately. They've only forced 9. This Toros team, that stat is really nuts. Pearson on the drive, floats it up inside, taken away, returned. Oh, that's bad luck. Bugs had it, lost it, went right to Pearson, and she laid it in. 4-point game. That's a foul on Pearson. Nice herky-jerk navigation from Minor to draw the whistle. 4th foul on the Toros. If the Broncos can put a little pressure on them and not give it away, they may get a few foul shots down the stretch. Shot clock got reset to 30. All right. A little over 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Broncos down 58-54. Not much spacing right now. Moore has it. Defense left her, and she lays it in. I think the last line of defense, that was Thurman. I think she thought that Moore had shovel passed that to Nelson, but Maedrea was just pivoting back and forth on her right toe. And when the defense walked away, calmly laid in the reverse. Williams steps into an elbow jumper. It's too strong. Thurman right over the top for the rebound. Tuttle beyond the 3-point line straight away. Fresh possession for the Toros. Broncos giving her a little bit of room, daring the youngster to fire. Tuttle, step back 2-pointer, short. Minor on the nice box out. Broncos now a chance to get even again. Over the top to Marquez. Now to Nelson. Sydney, had it, lost it, recovered. On a string. Moore beats the defender, missed the layup. But she'll shoot free throws on the other side of the timeout. Another nice move from Maedrea Moore. A quick first step. Got to the bucket. And she keeps adding to what has become a statement game. Maedrea 11 points, 10 rebounds, and free throws coming up on the other side of the break with a chance to get even with the number 5 team in the country. Broncos trail at 58-56. We'll step aside for 70 seconds here on Flo Sports. Couple important free throws coming up here for Madrea Moore. Had to sit on the bench for a minute and change. And, halfway down. Couldn't coax it through. Madrea May, her first 2 free throws of the ball game, which is something because she came into this ball game just 4 out of 8. Strikingly low number of foul shots for a strong young basketball player. And that one, she does coax through. Madrea, just a sophomore out of Hawthorne. Really coming into her own this season. You could see the flashes of it last year, but now the strength on display. Walker up top, Thurman. Now to Williams. Back to Nala. Broncos didn't really close out. She didn't want it. Thurman trying to step through. Somehow gets it to Jordan, and that ball's on the ground. Here comes Bugs out of the pack with a full head of steam. Kalea trying to find Brianne Ha. Ooh, that was close. Madrea Moore, is she going to take him again? To a cutting Nelson, 2-pointer for the lead. That's good. Sydney Nelson no longer going all the way to the bucket. She started getting stripped under the basket. These little pull-up baby jumpers are going down, and the Broncos lead at 59-58 with just over 3 minutes to go in a terrific ball game. Thurman fakes the 3, fires the 2, rolls around, falls out, volleyballed up, put back, good. Asia Jordan again, and timeout Dominguez Hills off the made bucket. And I think that one's going to pivot into a long break. I heard the official yell media timeout, but we just took that one a minute ago. In any event, everybody's sitting down. That means we got a minute, so you will as well. 2:57 to play. Toros by 1 on Flow Sports. Broncos got to go the length of the court after the timeout, which easier said than done, as we've seen against this Toros defense. Uh-oh. As soon as you terminate the dribble, then everything goes nuts. They do get through the press, but now just 20 seconds to work through the offense. Cal Poly Pomona down 1, 2:40 to go. This is a fun one. Nobody's moving. Now a play starting to develop. Bugs still dribbling. Kalea, difficult shot in traffic, missed it. Rebound poked away and out of bounds. Last touched by Christina Jones. So it'll stay with the Broncos. Shot clock freshly to 20. Bugs is taking a walk. She okay out there? Guess so. Kalea's wincing just the tiniest bit. Inside Moore. Madrea stripped, lost it. Broncos got to get back now. Asia Jordan ahead of the pack. Pearson back to Jordan. Partially deflected. No. Foul from behind. Nelson thought she had a block. Toros did a nice job to force the issue. Broncos had Bugs still close to where she inbounded it under the bucket, and then Moore was kind of trapped behind the play. So there was no real last line of defense. And Jordan's been scoring even when there is a last line of defense, so Get that one out. Asia 6 out of 7 at the free throw line. She's now got 18 points and 8 rebounds in the ball game. Broncos are hoping she's due for a miss. She was. And Nelson missed on the box out. And the Broncos, got away with one. Bugs sprinting away. Nelson wants to do it herself. Sydney on the drive. Defender falls down. That is a... We don't know yet. Blocking foul. An undercut, the ruling. Kaya Pearson doesn't like it. Suppose the Broncos got to get one of those close ones. Are they changing it? Or are they trying to figure out who the foul was on? And now they're switching it. It's on Pearson. They did have it on the wrong player. Sydney Nelson was standing beyond the free throw line, showing the officials 33. He's saying, I got you guys. John Pearson's over by her coach, John Bonner, who's kind of nodding like, yeah, they got you. Toros almost squeaked through with the foul on the wrong player. Not quite. Sydney Nelson to the line. Broncos down 2. Each team completed a 1-for-2 foul shooting exhibition a moment ago, and now the Broncos got a hope for 1 for 2. Nelson's got 10 and 5 on 5 out of 7 shooting, but just one of the weirdest middle 2 quarters. What's going on with Bugs? Clay looked like she was holding her eye for a minute. Guess everybody's okay. Free throw, no good. Nelson missed them both. All right, Broncos got a D up now. Down a bucket. Got a little lucky on the last defensive set when the Toros missed a wide open layup. And now the Broncos kind of gave those 2 back at the foul line. Williams driving, floats it up and in. Nelson, with 4 fouls, didn't want to get called for her 5th and be eliminated from the ball game. But with 1:30, you could see just kind of got out of the way a little bit. That's a tough spot to be in. Bugs back to Marquez. Cookie lost it. Falls on the defender. Jump ball, it will stay with the Broncos. Tegan Thurman grabbed the ball and then hit the deck. And on her way down, her cheek went into somebody's forearm. I guess she's okay. Kind of stretching her jaw. Looking inside to Marquez. She's very irritated. Felt like she was being held that whole play. Look of consternation. Broncos will maintain control in the corner with the shot clock at 7 now. And kind of running out of time all of a sudden. Over the top looking for more. Maedrea's got to chase it down. 6, 5, 4. Maedrea to Marquez. Cookie fakes it, takes it, and missed it. Moore the rebound. Put back good. What a game for Maedrea Moore. She's up to 14 and 11 now. And the Broncos need their one big stop. And timeout going to be taken by the Toros. The Broncos had to use up a few timeouts in the second quarter when this whole thing was slipping. Since then, they've been quite judicious. The Toros going to set up a play. Shot clock at 23, game clock at 52. They'll try to run it down a little bit, still with a 2-point lead. Dominguez Hills still at an advantageous point, leading the game and time running out. But the ball game certainly not over yet. Broncos trying to figure out how to get that stop and the rebound and a bucket. A lot of steps here, but doable. So many positives in this ball game. The one big negative that jumps off the page, there are 5 different Broncos that each have 4 or more turnovers. But they've passed well when they've broken the press. They've shot well when they've broken the press. But they have not consistently broken the press. This is a terrific look, though, at a team the Broncos will see again. And if they have to, they'll have a little more experience against one of the best defenses, one of the most advantageous defenses in the country. Thurman fakes the 3, drives right, steps through, and missed the layup. Battle for the rebound controlled by Moore again. Broncos have it. Down 2, 30 seconds to go. The whole Broncos bench is up and calling for something. There are multiple coaches, 3 players all making the same movement. Broncos taking their time right now. Running it down a little bit. Shot clock at 7 seconds. Bugs moving right to Marquez. Fires. Didn't draw iron. Toros, I think, are going to take another timeout to get some foul shooters into the ball game. That was a weird possession. Broncos did nothing for 23 seconds. And I understand the idea of wanting to run it down and get a good look. But you got to give yourself enough time to at least get a look at the bucket. There were a couple things at play on that offensive possession. Just a 30-second timeout, so we're not going to take a break, not with 7 seconds to go in the ball game. Broncos are going to need to foul, and unfortunately they're going to need to foul twice because they only have 3 team fouls in this 4th quarter. But just no attack on that play. Get it to Marquez. She's been cooking the entire second half. Or Nelson, who had woken up in the second half, and instead they just kind of stood and watched, and the Toros defense is simply too good for that. Very unusual. Immediate foul. That took about 0.8 of a second off the clock. Now they'll have to do it again. Dominguez Hills has not shot the free throw well in this ball game. If you're thinking about the Broncos, can they send someone to the line that's been off a bit? Thurman falling out of bounds, got rid of it, and then the Broncos commit the foul. But Teagan slowly going down like a redwood. That ran an extra 1.5 seconds off the clock, and now we're down to 2.9. Danelle Bishop yelling at her team, we got to get the foul. You can't just let him slowly lean out of bounds. Broncos were hoping for the takeaway, but even if they got it with 3 seconds in the game, I don't know what they would have been able to do with it. And we may be at that juncture now. 3 seconds left. Toros are going to shoot free throws. It'll be Teagan Thurman at the line, who's 2 for 3 in the game. She can ice it by making both. The Broncos do have 2 timeouts left, so I think, and this I'll admit is a rule that continues to give me heart palpitations. If the Broncos use 2 timeouts, can they advance the basketball? That I still don't know, even after all these years. The advancement rule at the college level is beyond goofy. We may find out soon. Men's team's getting ready to warm up. The official start time on that game was going to be 7:30. It will not be 7:30 now. Depending on how long the last 3 seconds of this ball game takes, we'll have about 20 minutes between contests. The officials are looking, I think, at the clock to see if too much time ran off. It's at 2.9 right now. It was at 5.9 prior to the inbound. A lot on the line in this ball game. Dominguez Hills 13-0 on the season. Broncos 9-1. Their only loss came in the very first game of the year. Just got smoked by Azusa Pacific. Not a bad team, by the way. Wildcats are good this year. But then the Broncos were like, oh yeah, we're good too, by the way. And Cal Poly Pomona has not lost since then. But they are very much on the wrong end of the score right now, and time is fleeting. They reset the clock to 3.0, so the Broncos got 1/10 of 1 second back. And Kaya Pearson has an opportunity to ice the game. Not Thurman, excuse me. First free throw is good for Kaya. She makes the second one, the ball game's over. Broncos, I'm sure, will still take a timeout, but this is for the marbles. The Broncos are going to take their timeout now, so that most likely eliminates whatever fantasies I may have had about moving a basketball. 30-second timeout taken by Donnell Bishop. Broncos, I'm sure, wanted it. A loss is going to be a loss at the end of it. So you can't look at silver linings in the moment, but man, there were a bunch of them. Cookie Marquez played great. Mydrea Moore was a force in this game. Brianne Ha added 3 more three-pointers to her pursuit of Broncos history. Brielle Minor setting people up off the bench. But a very unusual last play as Pearson hits the free throw. That's the ball game. So the Broncos can do whatever they want to at this point. There's just not enough time to get 4 points up. If you're Dominguez Hills, you literally do nothing. That's your job. You stand there and you watch, because the only thing that can go wrong here is a 4-point play, and that can't happen if you just stand still. Broncos did play a tiny bit of a cleaner fourth quarter, but they are at 28 turnovers for the ball game. It was 15 in the first half, 13 in the second half. More like 6s and 7s per quarter in the second half instead of 7s and 8s. It's small, and not enough to shift the outcome. Broncos shot 47% against this vaunted Toros defense. They held Dominguez Hills to just 38% shooting. But again, there is one stat only that maketh the ball game. The Broncos were minus 22 in points off of turnovers. Everything else was pretty darn close. In fact, the Broncos were winning a lot of them. They won the rebound battle by 19, but direct result of Dominguez Hills just having way more opportunities to shoot it at the rim. So if or when these two teams go at it again, Broncos will be looking at one thing and one thing only. I'm surprised Dominguez Hills is even guarding anyone. Brianne Ha from straight away, that's an air ball. It's out of bounds with 0.1 to go. And that ought to be that. So we'll pack this one up. We'll get ready for game 2 on this Thursday night. And the Toros remain undefeated. Might have been a steal, doesn't matter. 65-61 the final score. Toros come away with a road win. One of 2 hard-fought wins for Dominguez Hills this year. Broncos gave them everything they could handle, but Cal Poly Pomona unable to continue the 9-game winning streak, unable to knock off their second top 5 opponent in the last month of action. They know what they need to do, though, and the question will be, can they do it the next time these two teams see one another? Men's clubs will go head-to-head in 20 minutes. They'll get the clock running. We will step away. Once again, Dominguez Hills takes the opener of this Thursday evening doubleheader behind 18 and 8 from Asia Jordan. The Broncos get 17 from Cookie Marquez, 5 players in double figures for Cal Poly Pomona, but come up 4 points short in game 1. Game 2 coming up. That'll be around a 7:45 start time right back here on Flow Sports. Don't go anywhere. We will have all that action for you on the other side of the break. Again, final score of game 1, Cal State Dominguez Hills 65, Cal Poly Pomona 61. We'll be back with game 2 after the break.